how you implemented Marketing Boost, please.
Yeah, absolutely. And I met you at a critical part in that journey too, which I'll talk about. So I just want to say hello to everyone that's on the call, and also thank you, Marco, for inviting me to be on this. I do appreciate it. I'm excited to do it, and I am glad to be part of the Marketing Boost family. So thank you. Yeah, the origin story. So I know you marketed this as the laptop lifestyle, digital nomad sort of situation. Plus, I also happen to be an avid user of Marketing Boost and how those two tie together. But short story, about 4 years ago, my partner and I, my husband and I, Brandon, decided to sell everything we had down to 2 backpacks and 2 carry-on items, and to leave the United States and move abroad. And at the time, we have a web development digital marketing company called the Brillium Group. It's our company. Our team all works remotely. And 4 years ago was, the company had been around, but it was, Brandon still had a 9-to-5 job at the time. We lived in Portland, Oregon, and lived in a rental unit and had a regular American life. And he had a 9-to-5, and I was building this company, this digital marketing company. And I ended up doing a work travel nomad trip with a company called Remote Year. And some of you may have heard of this company, but it essentially, you pay them to take you around the world with other digital nomads. And I wanted to do this because I wanted to see what that life was like. I'd been with Brandon at that point for 4 or 5 years. We had a good life, but I could see that this digital nomad thing was happening. And what is this? And I worked from home. I was building my own company. So I thought maybe this is something to this. So I went and I did this trip for 4 months. Brandon stayed home with our dog, and bless his heart, I love him so much, he stayed behind, worked his 9-to-5 while I adventured across Asia with a bunch of other people. But I'll tell you what, I made it up to him. I proposed to him with a flash mob and a dance crew in Bangkok, Thailand. It's on our YouTube channel, Floppy Hat Adventures. You guys will have to check it out. So that was how I made it up to him. So, honey, sorry I'm leaving you for 4 months, but at least I'll propose to you in the end in an epic way. But anyway, I did that work travel thing. I got home, we're engaged, life is good. And I said to Brandon one day, hey, why don't we just sell everything and you quit your job and we'll both work on this company and we'll create a travel blog and we'll call it Floppy Hat Adventures, and we'll just leave the United States, gone, and travel the world. And he said no. Marco, he had a management job he'd been at for 7 years. It was a career job. And here I come to him saying, give it up. And I get it. At first, that was a tough question. And he said, no, I don't want to do it. This is my career, and what am I going to do? I don't want to feel like I'm relying on you. I said, no, we're going to make this blog and you're going to help me with this company. And he said, no, but I'll tell you, Marco, after a few months and a few hard days at work, one day he came home and over dinner, he said, okay, what were you talking about? Tell me more, tell me more. And, once that door was opened, I kicked at it. And by November.
So thank God he must have had a bad day at work and came home willing to talk to you about your idea.
Exactly. For real. But, we joke too. And he says it now too. He says, work a regular 9-to-5, even if it's a good career, or travel the world with your husband and make amazing memories. After a while with those two side by side, I know what I would pick too. So it was tough, but he did it by November of that year. No, this was now November of 2017. He had quit his job and we had left. So here we are, we're approaching 4 years now. And we left, we sold everything, our car, all of our belongings, all our material possessions. Started in Peru, and we were in a different country every 30 days for 2.5 years. We went through.
Hold that thought for 1 minute. Everybody on Facebook, if you would, and all of you in the chat, comment if so far if any of you ever had a dream like this. You know, say, yeah, I want to travel the world like that one day. Yeah, I tell you what, it takes some big pantalones to sell everything you own, wrap it all up down to a backpack and a carry-on, and say, let's travel, let's travel the world. I have to admit, I have to take my hat off to you. You can only do that, you know, when you're young and smart like you are. So I have to hand it to you. But I want to get everybody inspired to hear commenting. Yet, yes, travel, boom, yes, you know, live the laptop lifestyle. All right, cool. So yeah. Go ahead and continue. I just wanted to get some interaction there from in the Facebook group, especially. Go ahead.
No, thank you, Marco. I'm humbled. You know, you humble me. I appreciate your kind words. I like to just think I'm a lucky person, and there might be some talent and skill in there somewhere. But I am lucky enough to have found an amazing life companion, and my trajectory has somehow been going the right way. I don't know, by no action of my own, certainly. But no, thank you. I appreciate that. And it, you know, a lot of things that even happened bad in life, you know, things that I thought were bad, I look back on and I realize, wow, those things kind of had happened for me to get to this point, actually, in life. But to go back to that point in the story, which is actually kind of when Marketing Boost, you know, kind of steps in, and when I met you, because this was, well, I think we were back in the States for a jaunt, and that's when I came to the Orlando conference and met you, and just a few months prior to that, had signed up for Marketing Boost. So why did I do that, right? So I want to tell you guys about Floppy Hat Adventures. Now, Floppy Hat Adventures is, and you can look up Floppy Hat Adventures on Facebook, Floppy, and it's Floppy Hat. Floppy Hat Adventures on Instagram, Floppy Hat Adventures on YouTube. Have I said it enough times? That was our travel blog. So we're leaving the country. We've sold it all. I've convinced Brandon to quit his job. We're doing this thing. We start in Peru, and we started this flop. And we started it simply as a blog to communicate with our friends and family, to tell them, look at what we're doing, check this out. Also to have it be a catalog of our trips. We started a YouTube channel initially just to put videos up so that we would have them. You know, it was fun creating them. We just wanted to put them up, share them. Well, our channel started to grow organically, and it was growing organically, but not that fast. You know, people were joining us, and a friend of ours, Timothy Lee, we met him and he said, hey, have you heard this thing called Marketing Boost? Actually, we're going to be at a conference next month, and we're going to be learning about it, but it's essentially giving away vacation incentives. And I know you have a travel blog, you know, how could you use that? And instantly I thought, we can give these away as an audience building mechanism. So what we can do to continue to grow our audience, because now think about this, is about 3 years ago now. We're a year into our journey. We've traveled through all, you know, probably 15, 20 countries at this time. We're living this incredible dream life. And our blog is growing slowly, but this is around the time, you know, the influencer craze is happening. You hear about the travel bloggers that are getting free stuff, and you hear all this stuff, and you're thinking, oh, I have a travel blog. We're living this incredible life. How can we leverage this in some fashion? And I thought, well, the best way to get things to become an influencer is to have a large audience. How do we grow our audience without using bots, without paying somebody X amount of dollars a month to give us followers from foreign countries? How do we do this organically? And that's when I'm introduced to Marketing Boost. I said, we are going to hold drawings on our travel blog on Floppy Hat Adventures. once a month or whatever cadence we want to do it. And we're going to give away 6 nights in Cancun, 4 nights in Thailand. We're going to develop thumbnails around this, an entire social media campaign. So I'll show you guys if I can share my screen. So this is what you're looking at here. This thumbnail is one of the thumbnails for our contest. So this is on our Facebook page. We do this audience growth on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm actually going to start doing it on LinkedIn for my personal profile, because you know we have this other company too, this digital marketing web development company that actually is another large company of ours. I could use vacation incentives to generate people into my network on LinkedIn. So I'm about to use this all different ways. But this is essentially how we do it on Facebook. You can see we create this thumbnail and we have this big post here. The post is, you know, hey, are you ready? We're launching our next hotel resort giveaway. Where's the lucky winner going to this time? How about historic Amsterdam? You know, you're going to be there 4 days and 3 nights and blah, 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 blah. And here's how much it's valued. Here's some of the properties. How do you win? Okay, like our page, 1. Tag your friends to like our page. Go to invite all of your friends to our page. Share our page. And we can go through here, and before we do these drawings, we'll go in and we'll look and see, okay, who's shared it, who's liked it, who's following it. You can see here we actually have a, I'll show you here in a second, we have a, our border at the top of the page, our banner, it says, we give away hotel and resort stays all over the world. Like our page to be entered to win our next drawing. And it's got our logo. So, you know, a lot of people say, like my Facebook page, but nobody gives you anything. We give you something. If you like Floppy Hat Adventures, we're going to enter you into our next drawing, no matter where it's at, and we will contact you if you win. So we take all these people between these drawings that invite their friends, tag their friends. We put them all on a spreadsheet, and then we set a live stream drawing. We say, hey, join us on Saturday, August, whatever. We're going to live stream this drawing. It gives us an opportunity to interact with our followers. You know, they join us on that date. They're all on, hey, everybody, how's it going? We're all talking to each other. We have all the names set up in a wheel of names. You know, a lot of times we'll do it right from the beach. We'll be on the beach. Check us out. We're at the beach. You know, we'll really ham it up. And we'll have the phone right there. We'll have the wheel of names on the phone. We'll put the names of everyone who participated in the drawing into the wheel of names. Tap it. All right, it's spinning. All right, all right, all right. You know, it's a whole thing, right? And it's exciting. And then somebody wins. And we contact them. We have a whole email template that we send them. I don't have that email template. I'll actually pull that email template up while I'm talking to you guys. But we have an whole email template that we set up for them that explains how this works. You know, what the details are. Obviously, you have to pay for your own, you know, airfare, you got to pay for your own excursions, you got to pay for your own everything except the stay, and you're also going to have to pay resort fees and taxes for the stay as well. So you got to make it very clear it's not 100% free. They do have to pay to access it, you know. So you have to make this all very clear. But then once you have the winner, you get in touch with them. So I'm going to show you right now real quick. This is one of our congrats emails. So congrats on your win, and we give them all the details. We have a page on our website called Resort Drawings, and we talk about how we give away resort stays on our social media channels. And all you have to go is like our Facebook page or like our Instagram page or participate in these drawings, and you'll be entered. And we have some criteria that our winners must meet. So we tell them, if you win, one of the main things you have to do is when you redeem it at the property, you have to do a social media post from the property, tag the property, include pictures of the property, and also tag Floppy Hat Adventures. So we make it clear to them, we're giving this to them, they're winning this, but in exchange, both us and the property are getting some social media love. And that's the exchange. You get an opportunity to win this, and we make them understand that that's how we're able to give these away. You know, we have no problem being honest with them. Hey, this is excess room capacity. You know, and we are honest with them. We want them to know. Try to book during the week. Weekends can be tough. Holidays and seasonal times can be tough. We're very honest with them about what they are, but we tell them we have partnerships with these properties. We don't mention Marketing Boost specifically as the middle person, right? Because as a travel blog, we want the authority to be placed on the partnership, and we appreciate so much that Marketing Boost gives us this. That's why we gladly pay for the product to use it. Not only are we building our audience, but it's giving us cachet. Now we can go to our audience and say, we have access to hotels and resorts all over the world, and we exclusively can give you access to their unused rooms in exchange for some actions on social media that we'll need you to take when you get there. And they're all about it. Oh, heck yeah, no problem. You got it. And here you have examples of that. Donna O'Quinn won 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏. So happy to be a past winner in a drawing by Floppy Hat Adventures. And this was right before COVID. She even says here, the level 4 travel advisory got us back a day earlier than planned. They almost couldn't even use it because COVID was about to happen. So that's how we use Marketing Boost on Floppy Hat Adventures. And since then, we've grown our Instagram channel to 15,000 followers. Follow us on Instagram. You know, we handle contests on Instagram. Now that Instagram's up to 15,000, we've moved our contests over to Facebook. So now we're running all of our contests on Facebook. And on Facebook, we are up to 5,615 followers. And if I were to show you the stats on this, if I go back to, you know, we've been using Marketing Boost, gosh, for a couple of years now. We were at around 1,600 followers on Facebook. Now we're up to 5,259 since about December of 2020. So I'm sorry, about December of 2019, we were under 2,000. Since finding Marketing Boost and using it, we're up to nearly 5,200 likes, almost 6,000 followers. And when you're a influencer, and guys, I hate this word. I know all of you guys are on this chat right now going, hey, influencer. I hate the word too. And I think that there's a lot of peddlers out there, charlatans, that peddle their influence. And that's why and use fake influence, you know, and we're really grateful that Marketing Boost has given us a way to funnel organic people in, because think about this. We're telling people that are already on our channel to tag their friends and family, like our page, invite your friends and family. What's one of the best things in business? Referrals, word of mouth. If you already have a friend or family member saying, oh, I like this page and I've liked it and they do this stuff and I'm referring you to it, that right there is an in. So we have grown our audience. I mean, when this whole thing started with Floppy Hat, we had 800 friends and family following us. Now we have 15,000, and now we're interacting mostly with people we don't know, and not even our friends and family anymore. It's part of our overall larger following, and we've been able to grow that organically through Marketing Boost. We get a lot of free stuff.
Tell us about that. I was going to ask you. Tell us about the free stuff you get now.
Yeah, we get a lot of free stuff. So, for instance, on our Instagram channel, very often somebody will approach us and say, you know, let's work out a deal where you give us content and we'll take you on our tour or something. Or if we want to go on a tour, we'll reach out and say, hey, we want to go on this tour. We'd love to feature you on our channel. We'll give you a post. We'll do a video, whatever it might be. Can you take us on the tour? We haven't paid full price for an Airbnb in 2 years. We'll message the Airbnb host and we'll say, hey, this is our channel. This is what we do. We'd be more than happy to do a social media post and put a link to your Airbnb listing in exchange for you give it to us half off, you give it to us for free, you give us 70% off, or whatever it might be. And a lot of times we'll negotiate. You know, we may tell them something and they'll say no, but we'll do this. And we say, okay, well, that's fine. And so in many cases, when it comes to lodging and like tours and adventures and stuff like that, we haven't paid full price for those things in a long time. And in many cases, get them absolutely free. You know, we just went to St. Thomas Virgin Islands. We just went to Puerto Rico, and we were able to leverage Floppy Hat Adventures to do activities there at no cost to us. Marketing Boost has let us do this because we wouldn't be able to go to these have followers. And granted, we would be able to do this ourselves, and that we wouldn't need Marketing Boost, and we should be good enough and talented enough to do this on our own. And I do feel like that. I do. But I feel like Marketing Boost has given us some leverage in a way that we couldn't have had, and it gives us a level of cachet that we didn't have before. And let's be honest, even Brandon and I have used these. You know, we've stayed in Cancun on one. So even we're using it and getting benefit out of it. How many people go and pay for timeshares they never use? They're paying outrageous amounts of money for a timeshare. Just pay $40 a month for Marketing Boost, man. You can use that. It's cheaper, and you can give them to your friends and family and impress them too.
That's
So,
awesome.
you know, and that's now here we are today in Costa Rica. COVID happened, but we're still here. We're still growing Floppy Hat Adventures. We're still doing business and still using Marketing Boost.
So when you, with your travel world, I mean, are you soliciting some of the people? Are you using it also for your digital business, for your marketing platform? Are you turning some of those resort stays into clients and stuff like that, or not necessarily?
You know, and I'll be honest with you, Marco, that is one of the nuts we have to crack. And Brandon and I have talked about this many times, about the different ways that Marketing Boost can be used, because we also have a web development and digital marketing company. You know, and I've thought, hey, I could go in my digital marketing, in our digital marketing company, the Brilliant Group, we could go approach car dealerships, and work out a way to use incentives to get people to take test drives, you know, or we could work out a way to people use incentives in the dentist office or something like that. We are digital marketers. It's what we do, right, outside of just Floppy Hat Adventures. So believe me, we haven't cracked that nut yet, but I know that the potential is there. Our digital marketing and web development business is actually, right now, we're growing faster than we ever have. This is going to be our most profitable year ever. We're blowing up right now. So we haven't even really had an opportunity to sit and say, you know, how can we incorporate Marketing Boost as a product in our digital marketing lineup? We haven't gotten there yet, but I know it's there. I know it. I just, we haven't completed that.
Stop sharing your screen for a moment so I can share a little bit as well on something. Yeah, so that said, I will be rolling out some ideas to the group, to the Facebook group here pretty soon, for lead generation contests and you know, funnels that people can use to use the complimentary hotel stays, the hotel savings cards, the restaurant vouchers for engagement like you have, to, you know, enter to win a contest, and then take those leads and put them into your sales funnel, put them into a platform. If you don't already have one, get one, you know, so you can start drip email campaigns, drip text message campaigns, and take people that signed up to win something for free, and then start, you know, a nurturing campaign to take that from a prospect or from somebody just signing up to win something to actually interested in your product or service. And it definitely can be done. So I'll be sharing more and more on how to do that here very soon. Does anybody have any questions for William? Start putting them right there in the Facebook group, if you would. Questions, comments. And,
I know I blathered on for a while, so I hope.
No, it was wonderful. It was great to hear your story. What I like best about these Marketing Boost live events, these success story workshops, is it's just peer to peer. We're talking to other Marketing Boost members just like ourselves that are using the program and have found ways to turn it into a way to engage their clients, you know, like you are. One, can I use it to grow my, we've got stories in the Facebook group, William, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got a number of people that have grown their Facebook groups to the tune of thousands and thousands using the Marketing Boost incentives. I know a number of ladies that are in the travel industry like you, that they've built their group to over 100,000 members in their Facebook group, and they really don't want to come on the show to talk about it. They're hoarding their own little success over here. But we've had Corey Richard talk about how he grew his group from 0 to 10,000 Facebook members in his Facebook group in 90 days using Marketing Boost incentives. John Rinkin done the same thing. Amy Mason done the same thing. You know, you with your Facebook page, you might want to consider a Facebook group, because if you do a Facebook group, one of the things I like about it is, as they enter the group, you're asking them a number of questions, and you can, if they answer them the way you want them to, you might be capturing an email address or phone number, and then you can start building that. You have a database to keep marketing to.
Yeah, absolutely. We've thought about that. I think the reason why we haven't done the group yet is simply because the business page itself is the customer facing side that our clients on the influencing side want to see. However, from an internal standpoint, the group is much more beneficial. Absolutely. And that's absolutely something we've been talking about implementing.
Something to consider.
Yeah.
Do you monetize that? I mean, you're not really selling travel, so you take them from the travel side, the blog, the Facebook fan page, to follow you, and eventually you move them into your digital space, or you're using the Facebook fan page for the freebies and the what have you that you get when you travel, since you like to do that anyway.
Yeah, no. So to answer your question, and I know I saw a question down there in chat too. I know somebody asked me about an email list. I'll answer you on that one. But Marco, to answer your question, and I tell this to people all the time, Floppy Hat Adventures is not our primary income generator. So we haven't monetized it in the sense of we're taking them and selling them a shirt. I will tell you this. We had planned, and we're going to launch a adventure tour November of this year. We had to postpone that to next year. We couldn't sell all the tickets, and we considered that a miss on our part. We succeeded everything. It could be a number of things: the Delta variant, the price of the trip. This was our first adventure tour we'd ever tried to sell before. We've been wanting to turn Floppy Hat Adventures into a tour company as well, and we had an opportunity with an international travel logistics partner who approached us, but we didn't sell the tour. We have to postpone it for next year and try again. But that's one example of a way that we were trying to monetize Floppy Hat Adventures and would need an audience to do that. We need to be able to have a following to share our trips, and we can go to these people and ask them if they want to come on our trips. And if we did move forward with this trip, we were going to have a floppy hats with the Floppy Hat logo. We were going to have a Floppy Hat t-shirt. So we have plans. Right now, we're just getting a lot of free stuff. And
yeah, you can't beat that. Well, the smart thing you've done is you already had a successful digital business, which you can live the laptop lifestyle with that alone, like you did when you first went and started traveling and testing that. But you combined it with your, just to, like you said earlier, when you first started, it was just going to be to post your travel, to have your friends and family be aware of what you were doing when you were doing it. Yep. And it kind of turned into something where you've literally, you are monetizing it with free stuff, as you say. So that's pretty cool.
If I can tell your audience too, because I want to be inspirational. I don't want just to be a talking head here telling them things about my awesome life.
Yeah.
When it comes to the digital marketing, as you said, it was smart to have this other company outside of Floppy Hat Adventures, and that's true. But I want to speak to that a little bit. I worked a 9 to 5 and had I was a journalist for many years. I worked in call centers before, I did real estate investing in Las Vegas. I flipped homes and lost them in the Great Recession. Moved to Portland, ended up working at a bank. I'm in a cubicle. I'm doing work that I hate. It was a horrible situation, and I couldn't get out of the corporate grind. And I ended up leaving that job and spending hours at the library while my husband, Brandon, at his 9 to 5, took care of everything, took care of us, while I tried to establish my own company and become a freelancer and independent contractor. This was only 7 years ago. So he's my savior. He helped, he supported us while I built my company. And so, that's why when the time came and I told them, quit your job, let's go, there was not even a thought in my mind, oh, I'm going to be taking care of us or I'm doing all the work. I said, no, this is our thing. His name is Brandon. My name's William. We named the company the 𝗃𝗃 Group. 𝗃𝗃 is a combination of Brandon and William. We even named the company. How stupidly romantic are we, right?
Brilliant.
But that's what we did. So I had a 9 to 5. I was not always like this, but I quit it and I said, I am going to make this work and be a freelancer and independent contractor. I'm going to learn SEO. I'm going to learn web design, and I'm going to make this happen. And anybody can. I don't have a college degree in anything. I don't have a fancy anything. I'm just me. And we live the life that we live. Anybody can do it. You can do it. Anybody can do it. I'm not you, but anybody. You're good, Marco. I know, but anybody can do it.
Awesome. So my takeaway from that is we all need to find our Brandon.
Somebody said that earlier in the chat. I saw them say that having a partner is absolutely.
It's definitely more than half of the battle is having the right person in your life.
Exactly.
So start.
I want to answer that person's question in the chat real quick. He asked me what email list I use.
Sure.
So I use actually a proprietary system that's internal to a company I'm partnered with called Social5. But I'm a huge, outside of that, we use Constant Contact mostly. We find them to be a good service for our funnels. If you want a good digital marketing sort of list building software, high level is good. Recommend that. So sorry, I know somebody asked that question. I thought I saw another question too. Should we set up the Facebook page as a group or business page? Well, now if you ask me, I have a business page. If you ask Marco, he loves the groups. I think there's a place for both. We have a business page because if you have a company, we are incorporated. We have an EIN number. We are a company, so we want to have our own business page. You should have that, and you can have the group.
You got to have both, really. You got to start with the page, and then you can funnel people into joining a group. If you've got something, having a group does require work. So does the fan page. You've got to be willing to dedicate time to it or assign people to it. But you've got to keep posting interesting content and keep people coming back, or else it's going to fizzle away.
Well, that's why you take advantage of globalization and have a VA, a virtual assistant team based somewhere else. Our teams are all over the world. We have team members in the Philippines, in Australia, in the United States, in England. So we definitely are a fully virtual remote company. And a lot of times you can take advantage of lower global rates. We pay our VAs amazingly. They live incredible lives, but it still might be less than someone in the United States or Australia or wherever. So, you take advantage of that as well.
Yep. Absolutely. And you're providing jobs and work. And I know in the Philippines, we employ a lot of people, and what the money they take home working with us helps feed the entire family. Most of the staff we have, they literally feed and take care of an amazing amount of people with the jobs. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up here pretty soon, but I wanted to share my screen and share a couple of things going on. Let's see if I can, oh, did I lose the page I wanted to show? First of all, coming up next is, are you seeing the 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗲𝗄 page? Am I showing the right page?
Yep.
Okay, good. He'll be our next speaker coming soon. The date is not right here, but coming soon, we'll be featuring 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗆, a Italian guy who also travels the world as a influencer, and has between he and his wife over 500,000 followers on Instagram and other social networks. And he'll be talking about how Marketing Boost has helped him grow that to the tune that he does get completely complimentary hotel stays in many of the hotels he visits around the world. And he does, I need to hook you up with him, William, because one of the things he ends up doing is, as part of his deal with them, is ends up getting them as clients for their social, to take over their social media marketing. So
right.
He monetizes the trips by also convincing many of those hotels he stays at to take over their social media marketing. So this will be a good event coming up soon. And then what else did I want to share with you? I thought I had some pages open. Yeah. Really quick here, I'm also going to do a quick self-promotion here. We're currently offering, for those of you that are sometimes get stuck and struggling, you're a one-man operation. Sometimes you're a one-man operation trying to do all kinds of things by yourself, and you're the CEO, you're the marketing guy, you're literally trying to handle everything all by yourself. You're not pulling up the wrong page, but let's see if I can get this done right. We launched automationbooster.com, and at automationbooster.com, we offer a done-for-you service, guys. We have a complete CRM platform that we help you build take a lot of this frustration out of you. Tired of being the marketing department by yourself, tired of being the IT department, frustrated, trying to figure out how to grow your business. Give us a call, talk to us, we'll help you. We can literally build you your entire sales funnel platforms, help you with your lead generation, capture it, nurture them until they become, your prospects become, sales, and help you close the deals. So you can set a conversation with our team, and we can literally build the whole thing for you. For example, I want to show you a page we're doing for a nonprofit organization called Grant a Dream. This is an example of a sales funnel that includes the complimentary hotel stays. They're using Marketing Boost to generate donations. And so what they do is they generate money to send couples that are caregivers that are burning out from taking care of chronically ill children or special needs children, and they need to care for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Many times the stress on this ends up putting couples into divorce. They really can get stressed out when they might be the sole caretakers for a child that has these types of needs. So they get involved. And Ann Townsend, the founder, she got involved because she has a daughter that has a rare liver disease and has had transplant surgeries and in and out of the hospitals for decades. And she decided to give back and put this together. So she's been helping many, many couples. And so the donation program we put in here is they donate $100 and they get a complimentary hotel stay in Las Vegas. Donate $200 and get 3 nights in Nashville or New York. Donate $500 or more and get 5 nights in Cancun. And then plus a hotel savings cards to boot. And then they talk more about what they do, the testimonials from people that they sent on these 100% paid for vacations. What they do for these guys is they pick them up in a limo at their house. They take care of the airport transfers, the airfare, the resort stay. meals, drinks, activities. They give them a completely stress-free, no decision vacation to really take off the stress and give them a relaxing trip. And then we're using Marketing Boost to help them raise funds. So here's how they plug in the vacations again, the call to action. And then we're going through the benefits of what is Marketing Boost, or not Marketing Boost, but Redeem Vacations. Marketing Boost is their little secret. So here they go into, as featured on CBS and Fox, don't have travel dates in mind? Don't worry, you have 18 months to travel. How do I know this is for real? And then we talk about the thousands of reviews for Redeem Vacations on SiteJabber, Trustpilot, et cetera. These are all applicable to go to the pages to see all of these many. For example, on 𝗃𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗍 here, every day we're getting fresh new video testimonials, written testimonials from people that are using Redeem Vacations every day. So we have hundreds of video reviews and written testimonials and so forth. And then we go, how is this even possible? And we explain it's a win-win for everybody. The hotels are we're helping fill what would otherwise be empty hotel rooms. How does it work? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Simple as that. Donate a minimum of $100, book your trip, have 18 months to travel. Step 3, chillax and be on your trip. What else do I need to know? Well, you got to be over 21 years of age, no timeshare is required. So we just go through all the details here, overcome any objections. Is this trip thing too good to be true? And then call to action again. We explain what the hotel savings card is. It's similar to a gift card for booking hotel stays, except it only covers the portion of your stay, usually between 10 and 50% off. And again, donate now. Back to the call to action and done. So this is the kind of page, just one example of many that we can build. If you're in the credit repair business, we can do similar types of funnel. We're going to get a complimentary hotel stay when you hire us to fix your credit and so forth. And then we include the entire back-end system, CRM platform here that actually takes care of all of your communications with your clients all in one place. Email marketing, text messaging, ringless voicemail, all of it can be done in this back-end platform, managing your contacts, managing everything, and replacing a lot of different services that many of you often use, all the different tools that you might use to get the job done. We kind of put it all into one bucket here. So a little self-promotion there for automationbooster.com, only available to Marketing Boost members. You can go to automationbooster.com to set an appointment to talk to one of our team experts about that. And then I want to promote, lastly, I almost forgot the event in Orlando. Let's see if I can pull that up. This event is put on by a great friend of mine, the Marketers Elite. Timothy Lee is the event promoter here, putting this whole thing on event 17th and 18th of September in Orlando next month. Marketing Boost is kind of a co-sponsor for this event. I will be speaking as well. A ton of great speakers will be here, starting with the headliner of, obviously Timothy Lee, and then Myron Golden is the headline speaker. So this is an incredible speaker to come and learn from. And then you're going to hear from all kinds of other great speakers like Ashton Shanks, Rudy here, Spencer, Doug, and Latasha, Victoria, and myself. So plan on going to this page, guys. I'll post this link in the Facebook group, and I'll post it right here as well. But folks, go there, check it out, see if you can register to join us at that event. It'll be worth your time, I promise. It is an incredible event coming up. Let's see here. So I just posted in the Facebook, live Facebook as well, the link to that event.
Oh, you know what, Matt, let me go ahead and put my, if you don't mind too, I'm just going to put Floppy Hat Adventures in here in case anyone wants those links to all those properties as well.
Absolutely. Let me put that in the Facebook group live event as well right now. So before we wrap it up, guys, any last questions, comments, anybody need to ask?
I want to, well, while we're seeing if anyone has anything to say, I just want to thank you again, Marco, for letting me come on here and speak to your audience. Love what Marketing Boost does. Really, like I said, happy to be part of the Marketing Boost family. And I want to thank everyone who came on today to listen to me talk. I'm really nothing special. So thanks for giving some time of your life to listen to my story.
It was really a pleasure to listen to. Thank you for your support of Marketing Boost, being a member now for several years. I'm glad I could be a small part of your success. And this is really what gets me up every morning and gets me fired up, is we get to help entrepreneurs around the world now boost their sales, boost their conversions, create loyalty programs for their clients, create lead generations, engagements in their Facebook groups and what have you. And it's everybody wins. We appreciate everybody who's a member. We love your support, and hope we continue to help all of you make a lot of money. So thanks again. Thank you, William. Thank you, everybody. Timothy just gave a shout out. Yeah, I did meet William at your event, Timothy Lee. We just promoted it here in the group. So we will see you in September, Timothy, and hopefully we can get a bunch of Marketing Boost members to come join us. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a great evening. Oh, before I go, I'm going to toast you. It's happy hour somewhere. I'm having a nice bourbon whiskey here. So go enjoy your drink now. It's time off now. Good night.